Well, hi there folks. I just want to show you some of the things we got going on here. I'm kind of standing amongst 15,000 pavers. It's our next project at the staff housing, and we are going to put them all like in through here, down in through there. Oh, say hi, Martin.
Hi.
Yeah, they'll all in between the curbs here. There's three areas that they'll be going. So this is the next probably about 3 weeks away from starting this process, and it'll be shaping up. You see, we need some tin on the roofs, but that's on back order with the lockdown situation. For some reason that got put on hold. So, but yeah, do a little paver project here in a few weeks. And yeah, 15,000 pavers. So with the paver project, we didn't have our pavers when we needed them exact time, so we decided to come to the back of the property in where our bandas are and make some new pathways. So some of the materials that for mixing cement, and they just mix it right here in the road, and then we wheelbarrow it back. And this is our banda area, and you can see that our paths were bricks and they had some moss on them. They were really getting kind of slick when it would rain. And yeah, it just needed to be kind of updated a little bit. But I'll get back in here and try to find Doug, and maybe he can explain to you what's going on just a little bit better. So I made it back to the back property, and Doug's been back here with the guys, and I'll just let him explain the whole process. Got quite the process going on back here.
Well, we're upgrading the sidewalks, like Dan already shared with you. The brick gets pretty mossy and slippery, so we're upgrading it, and we're casting actual sidewalks here like we would do at home, literally, and kind of teaching the men here a new process of how to actually cast concrete and finish it the same day. And so we're kind of going free form through the whole area back here, kind of keeping the pathways where they were before, rerouting a few things. You know, our heart is to start working in the ministry of working with missionaries and missionary care, and so this whole area back here we hope is going to be used more for missionary care than it is for teams. And so we really have a heart to make it really nice as a place they can come and have a break, you know, kind of rejuvenate, just contemplate where they are, and just get their energy back, and maybe have contemplation time before the Lord, and just have a real quiet place that they can really relax. So you can tell the only thing you hear around here are birds and the wind, and that's all. We are really tucked back here into the forest, and so it's a really neat setting to just relax. And so we're upgrading everything. You know, we've upgraded, we put wood doors on all the bandas, and handrail across the fronts of the decks. The staircase there is out of wacky because we moved it to do the casting of the sidewalks. But all the bandas are upgraded in that way. We have power, lights inside, and a lockable door, which is an upgrade from a zipper. And so we're really trying to improve this area so that the missionaries, when they come to take a break, we really want to pamper them. And so, you know, pampering is part of the goal we have here, just to really treat them really special. And so these upgrades are just a way to improve the ground so that their experience here is a lot nicer. So, you know, we have kind of had to hesitate a little bit on installing the paver brick in the compound where all of our staff housing is. And so now kind of until we can stack those brick, our drive here is to work back here and get all the pathways done. And along with the plans here, we're going to go ahead and we've already expanded the amount of brick sidewalk we have, or what was brick, and we're going to be doing the sidewalk in an area that is not improved. And so we're kind of punching through the thick guava and bringing the sidewalk into a future corner we have here, and so that we can expand the number of bondas we have. We have actually 2 new sites here. You can see the concrete girders there that will put a subfloor over the top, and the structure and the tent sits on top. And we've got another one off to the left. So those are 2 new ones. We have the tents for them, and we just are preparing to start on that project. And in those, we're going to put just a single bed, queen size bed in there for couples. And so we'll have a couple bondas strictly for couples, and the rest have 4 beds in each one, individual beds. And then in this area back here, you can see it's pretty thick. We'll have to clear out a couple of places for some individual, we call them masonry bondas. We'll be doing them in brick like a regular house, and only just a single round room, and self-contained. And we want a couple of those. A few people, not very many, most people want to stay in the tents, but a few people just want something a little more substantial. And so we're going to make a couple, or the plan is to do a couple of bondas that are out of masonry, and those will be tucked back in the guava where we're kind of cutting the trail into. And then we still have more room off to the side here for a couple more tents if we want to do that. So we have all our infrastructure in for all of this already, even for the other bondas there. We got power, we got water and sewer, and so we're set up for it. We've been planning ahead for this time, but now we're just doing the sidewalks to get prepared to kind of get into here and expand as we have the finances and the time to do it. So a lot of changes here on the compound between the housing area for our staff. And the nice thing about that is that now that the housing units are basically almost done, when we expand into this part of the ministry, then we don't have to worry about where we're going to keep our staff. We're already set up for that. So it kind of needed to be done ahead of time. So it was a lot of work. The last 6-7 months we've been working on that compound, and it's all, laying the paver brick, and we are waiting for some roofing sheets, the iron. But as soon as we get that, it'll wrap up that project pretty quick. And so we'll have up to 18 units to be able to house staff. So the infrastructure is going in, getting ready for this kind of a big step into this side of the ministry. And also together with the missionary ministry, we want to invite Ugandan pastors here for a time of reflection and maybe a time of seminars and teaching, and to encourage them also. And that's part of our ministry that we want to do specifically from us to them. And so most of the pastors in the village could never afford to come here and pay for the transportation and the time here. So we want to just invite them as guests and treat them really nice for the time they're here, and just really show that we appreciate them. And so that's our heart, and that's what we're heading into in a big way. And so obviously we really do covet your prayers in this area, because there's a lot to do to step into this part of our ministry. But we really feel that's where we're heading. Of course, Dan and Linda fit right in because that's their heart. And before we even met them, that's where their heart was. And so they have just melded right into what the Lord has laid on our heart. And so he's put our team together, and we're really thankful for that. So thank you for your prayers, thank you for your support with Dan and Linda in the ministry, and we just look forward to when you guys can come out here yourself, maybe. Anyway, thank you so much.